Testing. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Check 1.
Yeah. You got enough of that? Sounds
Check
good.
1. Check 2.
So growing up, my parents, my dad's a pastor in a small church in Vermont, and I got to see a lot of kind of the pain and the pains of ministry that people deal with in a small church in a community. Vermont is tied, or often tied, for the least church state in the country. So there's a lot of people that have never heard about Jesus, never been in a church. So I kind of saw a lot of that growing up, and for me, I didn't really want to be a part of ministry really, and as a teenager and stuff. When I was in my 20s, I felt like God was calling me to lead worship, so I started leading worship at the local church. And I was in corporate sales for my job, and I thought, making money and doing all these different things would be what I should do for my family. I was married and had a couple of kids at that point, and I just felt God calling me and wanting me to give more. And so I just remember my wife Sarah saying, you need to play music. You need to, lead worship and do whatever you need to do. And she was the one that ultimately kind of urged me to leave my job and go into full-time ministry. And it's always good to have your wife on board with those kinds of decisions. And so from there on, I just felt like God, I started to write songs. And I think the first song I wrote after I left, it was called Lead Me, and it's a song, Surrender. So that's a song we still play today. And it's really kind of tells the story of, how I felt like I had pursued my desires, but now I was shining and pointing everything towards Jesus and wanted to be a conduit for him. So it's pretty neat. So Hold Fast was a verse that had been on my heart for a long time, and it's Hebrews 6:19. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul. And I just remember I'd written down some lyrics with that in mind, like raging seas, we fight for every weary breath we breathe, and with every struggle comes a victory, because you were here for us. I remember it just kind of poured out, and I brought it to my buddy Joel Russo, and who I write with a lot, and good friend, and the song just poured out onto paper. It was really neat, and we were like, we didn't initially write it as an idea that it's going to be an anthem, but it turned into this kind of like very low-key anthem. Everywhere we played it, people have been really just singing it out on the first time through it. So one of those things that's kind of weird, kind of surreal is a better word for it. Everywhere you look these days, people have lost hope. They've lost hope in Jesus, or they don't have any hope in Jesus because they don't know who he is. And Hold Fast is a song that's given, can point towards that hope in Jesus, can say, hey, whatever, you don't have to be shaken by any of the storms of life. You don't have to be shaken by that if you have a relationship with Jesus, if you put your hope in him.
Raging seas, we fight for every weary breath we breathe. With every struggle comes a victory, and you are here for us. Rushing winds, cascading through the rooms we try to hide. But through the darkest nights we come alive, 'cause you are here for us. 'Cause you are the anchor, you are the anchor, and we will hold fast to you, hold fast to you. You are the anchor, you are the anchor. With your hope in our hearts, we hold fast to you. Boundless love, we staggered by the works that you have done. We've seen you part the seas and stop the sun, and you are here for us. Your grace abounds, surging like an open ocean roars, overflowing from our hearts, and we want more. And you are here for us, 'cause you are the anchor, you are the anchor. And hold fast to you, hold fast to you. You are the anchor, you are the anchor. With your hope in our hearts, we hold fast to you. We hold fast to you. Be moved, and through the waves and the wind we will hold on to you, 'cause you are the anchor, you are the anchor, and we will hold fast to you, hold fast to you. You are the anchor, you are the anchor. Hold fast to you, hold fast to you. You are the anchor, you are the anchor. We will hold fast to you, hold fast to you. You are the anchor, you are the anchor. With your hope in our hearts, we hold fast to you. We hold fast to you.
So the church worship gatherings, it's not a new idea that I had, but it's not something that people are doing as much in New England. There's a couple churches I know that get together and do it, but basically the idea is just to get 5 to 6 to 7, however many local churches in a small community together for a night of worship and a day of equipping if that's something that they want to do, because I feel like the local church and the church in general in New England, where I am, is thirsty. They're thirsty to grow. They're thirsty to, serve God. And there really is a cool, for lack of a better term, revival kind of happening in the local church where they want to do better with worship. They want to kind of reach more people in these different ways because they haven't for years. So it's neat to, the church worship gatherings have basically been a way to kind of start to stir the local church to get together to say, hey, there's an opportunity for you to come together as one body, not just be in your church of 40 people or 100 people or whatever, but you can come together for one night and we can worship as one church, because the idea behind it is the church is people come and freely worship. It's not about a building. It's not about the stained glass windows and all these different beautiful things that a building can have. It's about our hearts and coming together as one body to worship God. And through that, we've saw that a lot of churches wanted equipping. So we, get together with them and hang out and talk about arrangements or, arranging a worship set or, theme for the week, or whether they're, whatever they're doing, or theory, or miking things properly, or using Ableton, all these different things, kind of the tech world to the other side of the world, with worship. We're just trying to give them, kind of customize for them whatever they're looking for or their need is in their church to kind of help them. And the idea is that those 5 to 6 churches get together for the workshop, and then we kind of present it to them and model it to them at night. But it's been amazing. We've started to do them in New England, and we're just starting to do them. We just did one in North Carolina. We've done them kind of up the East Coast. So we're seeing God kind of use that idea and that model to go out into the not just regional but up the coast. So it's been neat.
Testing. Check 1, 2, 2, 3. Check 1.
You got enough of that? Sounds
Check
good.
1. Check 2.